It's just been a couple of years for you being here, but to see a team that talks about never letting go of the rope, to always keep competing, these last two games, how deflating is it to see just these runaways?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. We're going through the dark days right now. I think as a team, we just got to come together and find a new fight. These last however many games we got left, and that's something that we've been talking about. And I think overall, just come together and find something to rally around.
What's the mental challenge like of overcoming, getting through those dark days?
Man, it's obviously difficult. We want to win games. Things just are not going the way we want them to go right now. And I mean, I think that's part of, basketball is part of life. So collectively, we got to just come together and figure something out because obviously, no one wants to keep going through this. No one wants to do this. Go into practice, go back to our shoot-arounds and figure out how to overcome this.
Once again, the points, turnovers themselves at the top of the list and what was ailing you all again tonight. What specifically tonight made it so challenging to just be able to handle the rock?
Yeah, I mean, I think, offensively, we got a little bit sticky with the ball. Everybody, myself, I know I had a bunch of turnovers this game. That was a big emphasis on what they were doing, trying to pack the paint. Just trying to overcome that as a team. It gets difficult. Everybody wants to win. But you can't, it's really hard to win when you have over 20 turnovers. Almost impossible. So, it's something that we got to just come together and figure out. And you just got to keep fighting.
Personally, how does it feel that at least you're finally gaining your rhythm? The shots come around a little bit in previous games. Tonight, the rebounding. I mean, do you finally feel like maybe you're getting a chance to find your stride?
Yeah. I mean, it's always great, getting back into the rotation, just trying to do whatever I can to help the team win. Obviously right now, it's not going the way we want as a team, losing all these games, but, there's always another one. So we're going to go back home and get together and figure out how to get a win on, was it Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday? So there it is.
Thank you.
Cap, with the turnovers, it's popped its head up time and time again during this rip. Anything specific tonight, though, that led to that being such a hurdle to overcome today?
Just being careless with the ball. I know I had one. I underthrew Jaime. And it's one of those things where it's a momentum shift, and we just got to hold our turnovers down.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, the one thing this team has always said is you can't let go of the rope. But now we've seen Memphis, we saw this, even the Clippers to a degree. It hasn't been like those other losses at the start of the streak, like Cleveland or the other games. What's turned now in really 3 of these last 4 games?
We're letting people score. That should never be a Miami Heat team. But we got to guard our yard, and like I said, we get stops and run in transition. We're a hard team to beat. We're letting dudes just score. It's gonna be hard for us to win.
Worried about the competitive spirit of this team as the losses continue to mount?
Nah, I'm gonna keep willing that. I don't care. When we step out there, we're gonna compete. Now, as far as the games and the losses, you take that game by game. But every night we step on that court, I'm gonna make sure I play hard and everybody else do.
So what happened to that competitive edge then in the second and third quarters? Was it just like Jack said, because of the turnovers, or is the energy not there to sustain?
I would say the turnovers is a big part of it. Turnovers are very deflating in our game. Like I said, it's momentum shift, so it's hard to try to, and then all of us don't want to will it. We're trying to play the right way. Spo wants us to play the right way, so we're gonna keep competing in that matter.
Last time he came home, there was a 5-game homestand. The thought was turned it around. Now, boom, right back, another 5-game homestand. How important are these 5 now?
I mean, obviously we're at home. We want the fans to obviously get something out of this. So for us, is keep competing, and at some point in the term.
Thank you.
Tyler, again, the turnovers, points off turnovers, plugging you guys again. What's the biggest challenge that happened specifically tonight? I know it's been a part of this run overall.
I thought they picked it up in the second half, picked up their pressure. They're switching. The disruptiveness definitely got to us, and we couldn't take care of the ball, led to easy transition points on the other end.
Our coach often talks about not letting go of the rope, and there's been a bunch of times during this losing streak where it was highly competitive to the finish. Now we have the Memphis game, we have this game to a degree, the Clippers game also. What's turned that games are now, even with losses, are also getting away from you guys?
We just got to figure out how to sustain, a full game. It's been our problem really all year. Thought we played well in the first quarter, particularly up plus 10 after the first quarter, and then slowly kind of let it go from there. And then as we got into it, they went on a run, and we kind of let go of the rope.
What's the mental challenge of trying to end this streak and trying not to let the losses continue to mount?
I mean, anyone would just quit and get comfortable with losing and, feel sorry for themselves. But obviously nobody feels sorry for us. We had to dig ourselves out of this hole. It all starts in this locker room.
Okay.
There have been 3 games like this out of the last 4 where it's
Yeah.
out of the gate. What's going on?
I don't know. Look, I'm not going to go on a rant. My message will be to the team. Basically what I said after the Memphis game. We had a great first half, and then, they jumped on us to start the third, and then we were able to, come back into it, and then the second half of the third, it just went. Yeah, it's part of it. We handled it, better in the first half, and then right out of halftime, we had a couple tactical things that we had done in the first half to handle the pressure that we didn't do in the start of the third, and our spacing was off, and they were able to force a couple turnovers with the pressure, and that just got them the pick sixes. That just kind of created some separation.
You talk about not letting go of the rope, but
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah.
you're concerned about that now.
I mean, of course, and we're all getting tested. I said this before, including myself. There's no one that's absolved, from this. I have not come up with enough answers for this team. I have to do a better job. Our group has to do a better job. We have to put our feet into the dirt and hold our ground, at this point. But, you always have a choice. It doesn't mean that you're going to win or not. But, we have to take strides where we're making progress. And it felt like we were making progress even with some of the losses in the last, 3 weeks. We felt like we were making strides. The last 2 games haven't felt like, we're making those kind of strides.
Has there been any connective tissue between these ongoing struggles in the second half and the fourth quarters in particular for you?
That's the thing that we've been racking our time, our brains, everything, trying to find solutions for that. We have not come up with solutions, and we've pretty much tried everything. That's why I say I haven't been able to come up with, solutions for that. This has been one of the biggest challenges, of a regular season that I've been a part of. And we just have to stay the course. This is the NBA. So we'll have another game, on Wednesday night. We have to collectively get our mind right, where all these losses don't have to impact the next game. That's the mental discipline, and that is a tough human condition to fight. It's human nature, to stack up some of these memories and let that affect us, for the next game. But I think this is a great challenge for every single one of us to overcome and to have a breakthrough where it's one separate game. It's one separate game, to put together enough winning basketball that leads to a win.
is the longest losing streak you've had, and I know you always talk about just sort of embracing the competition of it. With the margins the last couple of games, are you guys still competing the way, are they still competing the way you want them to?
Yeah, but, you know, for certain stretches, for sure. But the last two, well, this is different than the Memphis game. We didn't have any juice in that game. This game, we came out competing, you know, ready to get the job done. And then once the game turned, you know, I think some of the history of the last 3 weeks started to seep in, and it doesn't have to be that way. Is it easy? No. But you have a chance in this league. That's the beauty of this league. You have opportunities to develop your grit, to reveal your grit, to reveal your competitive character, to collectively develop it together. And you do that through, you know, really tough experiences, and we're going through it right now. And I always feel that there's an opportunity of a better benefit when you can break through.
Coach, how do you assess Jaime's evolution, not only over the past couple of games, but also him stepping as a starter for the
Jaime. Yeah. Yeah, this is the whole deal this year with him is just extended time where he's been healthy. You know, he's dealt with things you can't even, you know, predict, the stomach issues and all that. But he was several times on track, you know, to start playing better, and then always something would come up. You know, so that's what you're seeing right now. It's just been extended time where he's been healthy. He's been out there. He has a skill set that we like. All right. Thank you.